I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 4 medium tank, the Pz.Kpfw. This vehicle, it is quite good. It is agile and quite quick for a medium tank, while being able to fill a lot of roles within a match if it have to. Let's get into the vehicle stats now. The vehicle stats. When the machine it is fully upgraded, it is okay. Hit points, you have 350 hit points. That is not a lot. So you can be killed quickly enough if you are at the wrong place at the wrong time. As a medium, it doesn't weigh a lot. It weighs 20 tons when it is fully upgraded. That means with the 440 horsepower engine, you will be quite mobile. Watch out for the engine fire though, 20%. The horsepower to ton ratio with the top engine, it is about 22 horsepower to 1 ton. That means you can easily reach the top speed of 64 kilometer mark when you are on flat terrain or going downhill. The hull and turret traverse is quite good. The hull at 45, the turret at 44. The armor, it is good and it is bad. It is the same boxy flat armor design with all of the same weak spots still. Lower plate, machine gun nest, driver's port, Kapla from the front. But the weakest spot on the side, if you have a very accurate gun, you can easily penetrate the access port hole on the side of the vehicle here for the hull. Same for the turret on the side here. And on the other side here and here. With a well-placed HE round going in here, you can easily damage the crew members and the modules with a precise shot when you aim in that area. The majority of the armor will be in the front. The 70 millimeters of armor, that will be in the front bar here where the machine gun nest is. The rest of the armor value, it is going to be less than 70 meters in the front elsewhere. The turret armor in the front, it is not that good. 57 millimeters. So most guns can penetrate that easily enough, especially at the higher tiers. Side armor, it is 30 for both. That can be penned easily enough, especially tier 3 vehicles. The rear, it is quite thin still. Hull 50, turret 30. Overall, the armor of this machine, it is not that good. So most guns can pen you easily enough. The gun depression. It is 8 degrees downward, so you can hill fight with this if you must. While the gun elevation upward, it is good. It is 22 degrees upward. The gun that I prefer to use on this tank is the L60, as this is one of the best guns on this tank. The view range, it is not that good for a medium tank at this tier, 330 meters. To increase the view range even more, you can go with the crew perks to add additional view range, coded optics, or binocular telescopes. If you are going to be playing this tank as a passive scout, getting the binocular telescope with the necessary crew perks, you can easily have the maximum view range in the game to light up the enemy tanks easily enough if you get to the high ground quickly enough. The radio, it is quite good. You have a 710 meter signal range, so you will stay in contact with the rest of your team easily enough. Let's cover the research part of the vehicle now. The vehicle research is the easy tank to go through, especially if you went down the light tank line, medium tank line, the heavy tank line, and the TD line that uses the equipment on the tank. To have the vehicle, to have all of the equipment mounted, you will have to get the second pair of tracks. The total first changes from 40 to 45. Engines, you would have had them already unlocked already on any vehicle that uses it. The first two engines are not that great, 320, 350, while still retaining the same engine fire chance on all of the engines here. The last engine, it is the best one, as it will give you the good 22 horsepower to 1 ton ratio with the 440 horsepower engine. If you have the top engine unlocked already, as it is used on other vehicles as well, use it right away, as it is the best engine on the tank. The top radio, the Pz.Kpfw radio, use it right away if you have it unlocked already, as this is the best radio on this tank. Turrets. You will have to research the top turret, the L24 gun, to move on to the Pz.Kpfw. From the first turret to the second turret, you get more hit points, better front armor, better gun handling stats, while having a slightly worse turret traverse from 46 to 44. The L60 and the L24 gun, you would have them unlocked already on any vehicles that uses them already, if you researched it on them. If not, you will have to research either one of these if you want to be using it to move on to the Pz.Kpfw. The gun you're going to be using to get the necessary experience to work on the top turret and one of the top guns is the 5cm L42 gun. Do not use the tier 1 or the tier 2 gun because they're just terrible at this tier. The L42 gun have roughly the same gun stats as the L60 gun. The only difference between these two guns, the L60 have slightly better pen for AP, better pen for APCR, while being a bit more accurate, from .48 to .40. The one issue that I have with this gun is the pen and the damage output. It is not that great. So if you want to accumulate a large amount of damage with the tank here, you have to fire a lot of rounds to make sure you are going to be getting the damage output by the end of the match with the L60 gun. Also, AP rounds, you will have a problem penning heavily armored tier 4 vehicles up to tier 6. So shooting the APCR rounds at the heavily armored tier 4s to tier 6 vehicle is a good idea if you are shooting them from the front. The L24 gun here, this is a howitzer at this tier. Rate of fire being okay, 14 rounds per minute. The pen, it is not that great, so you will have a problem penning vehicle's armor. But if you can penetrate the vehicle armor, you can do a good amount of damage with this tank gun. The main ammo type that I would be using out of the L24 gun, it is Heat and HE. Heat has the best pen, so you can do the 110 10 damage, while HE, if it hit a enemy vehicle, you may be able to do a bit of damage to the enemy tank still. The gun, it is not that accurate, .55. So the L-24 gun, it's more of a close-up, short-distance gun compared to the L-60 gun, which is more of a sniping gun with .40 accuracy compared to .55. To get to the PD34, you need to get 13,500 experience points and 315,000 credits. Let's cover the consumables, the ammo layout, the equipment, and how are you going to be playing the PZ3. Let's begin off with the consumables. Consumables, I would go with a first aid kit, a repair kit, the third item that you can use for the consumable would be the manual fire extinguisher, the chocolate rations if you want to use them, the octane fuel here. It is not that bad if you want to get a bit of a increase in the engine power and turret traverse speed, whether you're using the premium or the non-premium version of it. The vehicle ammo count for the L60 gun is quite good, 93 rounds. That means most of the time you will not be running out of ammo in this tank. The only time that you may run out of ammo in a match is those very long matches, especially when you've been using up the majority of your ammo during that match. Then there's the chance for you to run out of ammo then. The majority of the ammo I would be using for the L60 would be AP and APCR. I would have some HE still, as it is a useful ammo type still on thinly armored targets, or just to destroy the debris, or just to reset cap if I have to. AP, you can pen most targets easily enough when it comes to thinly armored targets in the front, side, or rear still. The APCR, I would only save this for the heavily armored targets that you will be encountering from tier 4 up to tier 6 area, especially from the front if you have to shoot them from the front. APCR, it's a good idea to have at least 20 rounds on you all of the time because you may have to use them on the heavily armored targets just to make sure your rounds are going to be penning, or just to ensure you are going to be penning the enemy tank. A PCR will cost you 2,000 credits or 5 gold. The equipment here, this is where you can have some fun specializing how you want to use the PZ3 in whichever role you want to use it most of the time. The equipment that I went with is I would be playing it as a frontline medium tank and as a passive scout when I have to. Binocular telescope for the view range increase when it is being used. The gun rammer to decrease the loading time. Vents to improve the crew by 5%. The other pieces of equipment that you can use if you want to is the toolbox to get the repair bonus, the enhanced gun length drive to decrease the aiming time from 2.3 to 2.2 seconds. For the view range option, you can either go with coated optics if you want to be playing this machine more as a active scout, just to light targets up for your team using the agility of the tank, or you could just go with coated optics to get the permanent plus 10 view range. The additional grounders, not a bad idea if you want to have slightly better performance when it comes to soft and moderately soft ground terrain. The last one, it is up to you if you want to use this camouflage net. If you are going to be playing this tank as a dedicated sniper or as a passive scout, with the camouflage net, the camouflage paint, the camouflage perk for all of the crew members, you can actually remain hidden for a good amount of time until you are seen by the enemy tank. So this tank is quite versatile in how you want to specialize in one of these roles while using the Pz.3. Now, how are you going to be using the Pz.3? As a tier 4 vehicle, your matchmaking will be from tier 4 to tier 6. When you are top tier in a tier 4 match, you can do quite well if you know what you are doing. When you are in a tier 5 and 6 match, you can do well enough still if you know what you are doing while playing cautiously enough. The play style for the Pz.3. There are many for you to fill within a match if you have to. They are as a frontline medium tank, as a support vehicle, as a flanking vehicle, as a active or as a passive scout. And the last one, it is a medium to a short distance sniper, as you can fill this role quite well, as you have a somewhat accurate gun, .40. If you fully aim onto most targets, you can hit them most of the time. Overall, the Pz.3, when it comes to playing it in a match, it is quite versatile in all of these roles. Especially, you can be quite good in one of these if you choose to specialize in one of these roles. I have one replay to show you how well you can do in the Pz.3. Let's go to that replay now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the Pz.3 when you are top tier and can take advantage of the high ground using your mobility to get there quickly enough. Let's speed this replay up a bit. I am heading to the castle there to stay secured for my team. This vehicle, the good thing about it is that with the mobility of it, you can actually get to certain location quickly enough to secure it for the team. I checked the 2 line and I saw nothing there. The Covenanter and the 1C here, I am focusing my fire on them. The Covenanter got destroyed, the 1C flee. Now, with the courtyard secured, I am using the terrain around me to protect myself from any fire that I may receive from my side. From the location here, I am lighting targets up for my team. This location here, I have lit up the majority of their team on this front, so whenever my backup get to flank them, we will secure this front easily enough. I am switching to a PCR to make sure my rounds are going to be penning them. The cruiser there and the vehicles in the proximity did a good amount of damage to me. I switched to a PCR to make sure my rounds are going to be penning the Valentine. The AP for this for the gun I am using, the L60, it is not that good. So if you want to pen something like the Valentine, you have to use a PCR if you're shooting it from the front. Here I am lighting what targets are in the open here. For the aiming onto the ledge would have been a good idea. I am spotting what targets I can from the location here. Seeing the 8 there, I try to shoot at it, but it flew backwards. This is where my usefulness to the team comes to an end. This replay I did quite well in. For the 3 kills that I got, I did about 1,200 damage. With the amount of damage that I blocked about 600 damage for being a top tier vehicle. That is quite good. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the vehicle itself. Let's do a brief recap on the Pz.Kpfw. The vehicle itself, it is quite versatile, so it can fill many roles in a match if it have to. It is quite agile, so you can get to the necessary spot quickly enough to hold it until backup arrives. The Pz.Kpfw, this vehicle for a tier 4 medium tank, it is not that great nor bad, but if you play towards its strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this tank. Just remember that this vehicle, if you get yourself into a wrong place at the wrong time, you can be killed easily enough. Overall, the Pz.Kpfw is just an average medium tank. It's not that good nor bad. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the Pz.Kpfw and how to use it properly. If you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and even follow my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.